it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Welcome to today's video. Today's video I am going to make a slightly different version of this card. This is the card that I have put together for the next Inspire.Create.Challenge. This is the challenge for the current period, which goes through from today until, I want to say, Monday in 2 weeks. The details are all on the link below. So this is it's a sketch challenge. So this is my interpretation of it. I have changed it a little bit, but then that's kind of what sketch challenges are all about. You don't have to do it this way. You could do it this way. You can do it in mirror. So it's really just a jumping off point. But I thought I would do, this is foil, which I have embossed on top of. It's not the ice technique. This is actually using a stamp, so this is probably the cheats version of ice, but I thought I would give it a go, but in a different colourway. So, this is the challenge. And having made it in, that was, let's bring it back, Bermuda Bay and Soft Sky, and I've used the ribbon from Celebration, the narrow ribbon from Celebration, which is just still available, but only until the end of the month. So if you'd like the ribbon, and it's a triple pack, so, and I'm going to use one of the others in a moment. So, and I've used an old favourite. I have used the Lift Me Up bundle. So I've got the stamp set and the dies. I'm for once actually going to be doing some die cutting in effect on camera. And having done it in Bermuda Bay and Soft Sky, because I am using the ribbons from Celebration, I'm going to use Calypso Coral, because that's one of the ribbons, Powder Pink, and instead of silver foil, I'm using champagne foil. And I'm just going to see how that works. It's a bit of an experiment. Sorry, that's a piece of paper that I need for later. So we're going to start by doing the embossing for the foil. As ever with embossing, one of the most important things, and particularly on foil, is to use your embossing buddy. This is a much loved old embossing buddy. I have had this for more years than I care to remember. It isn't a Stampin' Up embossing buddy, but it's about as near as you can make it. So that's that. Do be careful that you don't, it doesn't matter too much with this one, but when you are using it on foil, the embossing buddy, don't scratch too much. I'm still getting used to my new setup, and I'm not convinced by it yet. So I'm just making sure everything's in vision. I'm using, although the colours that I'm using on the cardstock are Powder Pink and Calypso Coral, I'm going to use Blushing Bride because it's that little bit darker, but it is still the same sort of tone as Powder Pink. And as I'm going to be using Calypso Coral as one of the... That doesn't make sense. Calypso Coral's got nothing to do with this. I'll just get on with it. Right, so, sorry about that. My brain suddenly went into a bit of a meltdown. So, as I say, I'm using Blushing Bride as the colour. Now I've got, this is the marbled stamp, which is obviously one of the huge stamps. Generally speaking, I don't actually put it on a block because my background surface here is slick. It will stick to that, but so I can get it out of the way without getting ink all over my fingers, I have popped it on a block. Then pop the foil on and then just smooth over it. You can use a block if you want to do this, but I find my hand is perfectly good. Shows how dirty my hand is, apparently. So take the paper off, take the foil off, and you can just see that it's got, I hope you can just see that it's got ink on it, maybe. Anyway, it's got ink on it. So I'll remove the block, and as I say, the reason for putting it on a block is so that I can pick it up. embossing powder. This is clear embossing powder. I need to top it up, but we should have enough. So you have to be very careful not to pick up your foil from the middle, because obviously it's got a stamped image all over it, and we don't want to smudge the ink. So as ever, just pop embossing powder over your inked image. I will flick it in a moment, and then again the other end. Have I got it all? Pretty much. Need to do a little bit more down the side. Okay, and then just flick, and get embossing powder everywhere. Flick the back. So we'll be just, I know what I've got that I can, I've just bought myself some duster cloths, which are supposed to be really good for picking up things like glitter. So let's give one a go. One duster cloth. So with luck, that will scoop everything up really quickly and really nicely. Yeah, that's not bad. Excellent. I think in the US they're called Swiffers, something like that, but you can get them at supermarkets. So that's good in the UK. Otherwise I think they're only available on Amazon. Anyway, I've just dropped my stamped piece. Unfortunately it landed the right way up. Right, now I am going to bring in my trusty cheese board, but I am not going to attach my piece to it. I'm just going to use it as a background. There are wee bits that are not perfect, but it'll do. Okay, so the key to this is to not burn yourself. I'm going to just heat the heat gun up. I cannot believe we're at 7 minutes already and I've done almost nothing. So apologies for the noise. You need to hold your piece of foil down and then just watch as everything melts. Once it starts to go, it goes reasonably quickly. Excellent. I will leave that up because I am going to be doing some more embossing. Yep, I think we've got all of that. So I'm doing some more embossing, so I am not using that. I am using a piece of Calypso Coral, which I thought I had put to one side, and I haven't, but actually I'm using a Calypso Coral matte, which I'm then going to cover up. So let's save on cardstock. I'm just inking up my small balloon with Versamark. I'm not too fussed. Well, I will. I'll be good. Let's use my embossing buddy. Right. So stamp that down and grab silver embossing powder this time. And get it all over your fingers. Perfect. Over to one side. Now this time I can attach my piece of card to my board because it's a piece of card, not a piece of card covered in embossing powder. Right, so again just melt that, and then I'm going to run that through my Big Shot with the matching die, which is the smallest of the little balloons. So bear with me while I dive over and do that. I actually do like the fact, of course it's now not going to play nicely for me. I'm using the magnetic base plate, and because my card is not perfectly flat, it's having a little hissy fit. Right, it's moved. This is where it's probably better to use washi tape. However, gotcha. Right, okay. Yeah, I should have done a here's one I prepared earlier, but I didn't, so there we go. Right, pop that over to one side, get rid of that. Right, we are nearly there. Honest Injun. Okay, now I know I have got, if I can only find them, when you're organised, things work so well, and I was organised, and now everything's... Sometimes I think I'm actually better if I'm not organised, because then I kind of know where things are. I had some little pieces, there they are, covered up, of Blushing Bride cardstock, because I'm going to stamp the sentiment you saw above the rest. Congratulations. It's sort of straight. Can you see? Just about. So the cardstock that I'm stamping on is 3/4 of an inch and crooked, 3/4 of an inch wide, which I think, if I'm right in metric, is 2 centimetres or thereabouts. That's better. Right, okay, we are so close to being there. Right, so this is the foil finished. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably going to be better in the photographs that I put on my blog. So as ever, the link to my blog is directly below here. So go and have a look at that. Now the reason I'm hesitating is because I've got a hole in the middle of my card, which I didn't have before, and before I stuck everything down with glue. So I am going to stick everything down with glue again. Got embossing powder everywhere again. I am going to stick everything back down with glue again, but in a slightly different order. So first things first, I'm going to stick the mat down. And the reason I am using glue, you could use fast fuse whilst we've still got it, or whatever we're going to have instead of fast fuse. But the reason I'm using glue is because then I can make sure that I've got a good contact with the background cardstock, which, because everything's now a little wibbly, because we've heat embossed, it needs that good contact. Now what I would do if I were not filming this is actually put the whole thing under a weight, specifically this board, to leave it all to dry. Ooh, I know what I haven't done. I know what I haven't done. I haven't put my ribbon on. Okay, so we're going to do this a slightly different way. Right, okay. This is what comes of doing live videos, or, you know, as live videos. So, bit of fast fuse. This is the Calypso Coral from Celebration. And I've got 2 pieces of that because I just want a narrow background, whoops, to this. So I'm going to build it up, which I think doesn't make any sense at all at the moment. However, right, I want to do it at the top because that's where I had, this is going to be awkward because I've now got glue on the back. Right, okay. No, no, that's so wrong. I can hear you all shouting at me. Right, okay. Let's go for it. So, generally speaking, I would not suggest doing this after you've put your glue on the back of your card. However, we are where we are. So this is where we are. do, it just proves that we all make mistakes. This is going to be a little bit further down than I had intended, but never mind. And then also on the powder pink shimmer ribbon, which is in the annual catalogue, which is that thing that we keep forgetting that we've got, because we're all so excited about Celebration and the spring summer catalogue. But we do still have an annual catalogue, guys. And if you want stuff from Celebration, you can buy from the annual catalogue as well. Right, okay, we're kind of nearly there now, which is just as well, because I think we're at, good grief, 15 minutes, nearly 16 minutes. So I'm just going to put some fast fuse over the bits of ribbon, just so that I know that they've stuck down. Probably need to put a bit more glue on now as well. So this is going to be a real do as I say, not as I do project. Do not forget to stick your ribbon on before you put the glue on the back of your card. And in fact, I had intended to wrap the ribbon round both mats, but I didn't, because I forgot. Right, okay, dimensionals. So I'm going to pop this piece down here, and again I was going to stick it on and then cut it, but never mind, we'll do it the other way around. I'm going to trim it down a wee bit and pop a couple or 3 dimensionals on the back of here. This would be ideal as an edge for an edge piece, using that up. So sort above the rest, congratulations. Then 1 dimensional on the back of this, and then that way round. A little bit of glue just on this bit. Oh, come along. Just a little bit, because that's going to go overlapping the sentiment piece. So just there. And then, just to finish it off, some gems. I obviously need to get some more of these as well. Oops, that's stuck to my finger. So let's just stick it down. So all I'm going to do is dot some of these onto the background, and as ever I'm going to use an odd number. I don't care whether it's, you know, 3, 5, 7, 9, so long as it's odd. Should I put one there, and then a couple of these little ones just to... There we go. So, that was painful. There we go. So we now have the 2 finished examples. I hope you enjoyed that. Do please give the challenge a go. There's a link to the challenge group in my blog post, which is linked immediately below. If you need any items from these projects, it would be lovely if you would shop with me. If between now and the end of March you haven't already signed up to my mailing list and you're in the UK, over 18 and not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, if you sign up, I mean you can sign up regardless, but if you are in the UK, over 18 and not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and you sign up before the end of March, I will enter you into a prize draw for a craft kit, and that's all free, and I'll draw that at the beginning of April, and then get that off to you. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, please hit the little subscribe button and then the notification bell next to the subscribe button on my channel, and then you'll be notified when I post another video. If you need any supplies, please hop over to my online store, which is linked in my links below. If you use the hostess code, which is also in the link below, you will get a share of the rewards. So, thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!